like a murder scene in there. It's what I call a girlfriend special.
Cut up all the seats. Oh, yeah. Cut up the steering wheel, cut up the dash, the glove box.
I'm guessing whoever owned this car really pissed off his ex.
The only thing I'm worried about, man, is if they totaled it because of this interior, like I'm wondering why they just wouldn't get it recovered. You know what I mean?
$5,000 seats. The dash is $8,000. The stereo is $12,000. I mean, it's all just cut up and missing.
I've seen cars like this come in before. They don't look that bad, but the leather is so expensive.
Hey guys, Tyler here. We have lunch early now. I'm gonna eat lunch now so we can do this live stream, okay? Have some lunch. Leftover pizza from last night.
I'm telling you, you're crazy not to buy this car. As soon as I let anyone else know the car's gone, I guarantee the car's out.
Could it be this good? Am I getting hustled?
You want to take it for a ride?
Yeah, I definitely would.
Why don't you drive it? Drive the car.
Beautiful. Mike wouldn't dog me. I've been dealing with him for
Storm is up.
brand new. It's just too good a deal to be true. There's got to be something else wrong with this car. I don't see it. There don't seem to be any lag or turbo problems. Can I be that lucky? I don't know. I can't see where I'm going to lose. I really don't. This is money. I'm going to buy this car and flip it.
What is that?
What's he doing now? I'm at Damascus at the custom car shop. Andrew drives up in a new car, and he's all puffed up.
Hello?
Peacock. I know
What's up?
about to get this story about a
Home?
great deal he just made.
Check out my new ride. Bob.
Yes.
2007 997T. That's turbo for you who don't know.
I know what a T is.
I know.
Fiber trim.
I love the seats.
It's a one-off.
There's a good reason why your phones are off last night.
Girlfriend, I hate you back.
We were home last night.
Insurance company. It is really a nice car. And fast.
No.
I'll do 170 up here. Yeah, I have a little bit left in it too. 170, Bob. If you knew how to drive the stick, I'd let you take it for a ride. That's enough. Get away from the car. Get away from the car. Get away from the car.
I gotta admit it, he got himself a great deal. I got no idea how he finds these deals, but he's much better than I ever was.
I paid 31 for it. Let's just say the remote chance I might have 45 in it. The car's worth 85. Let's just say I sell it for 65.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's that difference in price? 20 grand?
Yeah.
20 grand profit. You're screwing around with a stupid beer truck that's going to lose us money, and here I am buying something that's going to make us 20 grand.
When I finish with that beer truck, you can buy 5 more.
Let me tell you, you ain't buying
That
5 of these.
business is going to come in great
This
advertising.
is what makes us money, not some stupid beer truck.
You'll still make money with the other truck because
Grandparents.
Okay, well, I'm saying,
it is a nice car though. I
we'll
do
see.
like it.
Get the fucking water.
Yeah, I certainly will. Jennifer, get me the bucket. Who's got a rag?
The Play Kits by Love Every are here to help with every milestone from ages 0 to 5. Delivered just in time for each stage of development. The Play Kits will be there to help your babies learn to roll over on the day they take their first steps, on the day they say their first word, on their first time helping out. There's something for every milestone. Try the Play Kits by Love Every, designed by experts on your child's developing brain.
Andy's showing off this Porsche he just got, but I don't want to give up on the guys at the brewery. That's the operation. Yes, it is. I'm Grant Tommy, the mastermind of all our big builds. We drop by the brewery so we can get some ideas flowing. Welcome. This is amazing.
It looks a little bigger in here than it did out there.
Yeah, it's a lot bigger. We really got to incorporate the stainless and the valves in the truck and the fitting.
Oh, that would be awesome.
But the one thing we don't have is a truck. But unfortunately for me, there's only one person who can get it. Andrew,
Yeah,
we're in trouble.
that doesn't surprise me at all.
Seriously, we've got to find this truck. And I mean, we got to find it yesterday.
That was your gig, not my gig.
Well, I need your help in finding the truck.
Surprise, surprise, my dad can't find the right truck. It's probably because he's looking in the yellow pages. You're not going to buy anything decent from the budget that you're in.
I got to leave it on you.
It ain't on me. It's on you.
No,
I
it's
ain't
on
doing it.
Tommy.
I mean, the longer we wait on getting this truck, the more it's on my shoulders. We already were supposed to have the truck last week.
At the end of the day, if I don't step in, nobody's leaving happy. And that's why I'm looking. I'll try and find it.
All right, there we go.
My strategy has always been, when in doubt, go big. Take the risk. If we're going to do this at all, we're going to do it my way, the right way. Bob, what are you doing?
Nothing.
Come on outside. I got a surprise for you.
What kind of surprise?
Come on.
You know what a surprise is to me?
Yeah.
That's a park with humps in it. That's a surprise.
Helping you out, Bob.
Ooh, that looks great, Andrew.
Like that?
Yes, I do.
Chrome wheels,
Yes.
white paint. You can't get any better than that.
Man, I'm going to tell you, agree with Andrew, we still don't think it's his idea. We need to see more.
That's right.
What year is this?
80s. But I mean, it was a one owner. The guy kept great condition. New transmission, new alternator. He has every single receipt for everything that he's done.
I'm telling you, it's in
Right,
great shape.
what was I saying?
You did real good on this one.
So you like it. This is perfect.
It is perfect.
It's the right color. You did the right thing. It's the right flat side. You can have the tabs come out. It's beautiful.
I might do some trade stuff later.
All we gotta do is go over there and get us more money out of it because this one costs more money.
I should have known it. With Andrew, there's always a catch. How much more money?
10 grand.
Ooh,
They got it. You just gotta sell it.
the guys at the brewery had a budget of 15 grand. This truck's gonna run them up to 25. If they can't pony up the extra cash, then I guess we're the owners of the new box truck. It's gonna be real hard to get the money out of them only because they may not have it.
They're not gonna find a better deal.
I just hope somebody here can figure out where to get it. I think once he sees it, we'll be okay. Oh, look at that. Can you believe it? Man, this is beautiful. Like, where is that? Yeah, you won't believe how much it is on fire. Oh, man. He keeping rubber.
Oh, a quarter?
What's the model here? I did 87. All right. And it's original, one owner. He just put a new transmission in it, put a new alternator in it. The thing runs like a top. Stop on a dime and give you 9 cents change. This really looks phenomenal. Now that's the good news. All right. Now we got a little bad news. And the bad news is we had to spend a lot more on the truck than we wanted. I need $10,000 more.
Whoa!
I know it's a load.
My dad dropped some bomb in perfect Bobby style. Now we have to convince them to cough up the extra 10K. I look at it from the point of view of maintenance. So for me, I spend more money on it because I know that you guys are going to spend maintenance later on. That's one thing that goes bad on one of these trucks is $1,000. This one came off one owner, he has a book this thick of everything he's ever done. And I said, you know what, I'm going to buy the truck. If you guys don't want it, I'm going to turn it into a camper for my kids.
So, okay, I hear you on the truck, and I appreciate that you did get one that you're very confident with.
Yep.
But I'm gonna have to talk over with my team before we say yes or no.
Absolutely. If they bought a feeder truck for $5,000, they'd still have to put $5,000 in it, and it wouldn't be as nice as this one. I just hope for my dad's sake, they're smart enough to see a good deal.
Guys, this is way better than anything I was thinking we were gonna get.
Yeah, it was a great find, especially one owner with all the maintenance records. Hopefully there's a lot of these trucks out there.
They have quite an operation here. They have to represent themselves well.
Yeah.
So you're going to buy a piece of crap, and then you got a
No,
nice
you're right.
operation. You got to have a nice truck to start with.
We can fit a lot of kegs. We can do everything we want in. There's room for refrigeration.
I think they're trying to figure out where to get the money from. It's simple.
Great.
Monday, I am moving to China. This is my new home.
I'm leaving everything behind. I can't lose her.
You married a total stranger. I'm taking the biggest risk of my entire life. There's no backup plan.
There's no world that could ever keep us apart.
90 Day Fiance, the other way. Here's waiting on TLC.
I took a chance buying this 997 from my buddy Russ. The interior is trash, but I think I can fix it up looking for a good side problem. Helping me out, Bob. I finally pulled
great, Andrew.
but it costs a lot more than their budget. If the guys from the brewery don't bite, I gotta take the hit.
Here's the thing, guys. We're gonna do it.
Okay.
I'll work with you as best we can.
The bottom line, we're just gonna have to be tight and watch our spending in other areas because we can make it work and we can take some of the money that we had set aside for our promotional budget for the year and invest it in this because this really is going to be here for promotion and to show up the brewery.
I wasn't excited about it before, but now I feel like we have a good base. If we're starting with a good base, we got some more money out of it. I think we can move forward and feel good about it.
I love it when the plan comes together.
Yeah, that's it. We're ready.
My dad's beer truck project is finally rolling. So now I can focus on the thing that is actually going to make us money. The Porsche 9917. What's up, Steve?
Not a whole lot of good, man. New project, you know?
Steve is a guy for the past 20 years.
Real nice.
Has the girlfriend AC package? It sounds easy, but they have airbags in there and electrical components. I hope Steve can keep it under 15K, or there goes my profit.
They cut everything, the door panels. Oh, at least she's good at it. Airbags too, huh?
Yep. So I'm hoping you can cover it all. Got the seat heaters and all. Everything fixable. I mean, that looks like you can handle it.
Everything can be recovered. It's a lot of money, dude. Oh, this ain't all dealer parts. It's probably 25 grand.
25K is way more than I planned on, but I got an ace up my sleeve. It's called a junkyard. We need around the shop, man. We've bartered before. What do you got? Where's the red truck? Because I know that's not here. I see that missing.
Transmission blow up.
Well, I might be able to help you out with that if you can help me out with this. Like if I give you the transmission for the labor, I'll cover the cost of the material. We work it out that way. Something you can work with?
Yeah, we can probably work something out.
And that's how you do it, man. It's a free transmission. I get free labor. I'm giving you 3 weeks. I'm
No.
in the car with you right now. Can you handle that?
Not yet.
We're ready.
Who knows? I'll maybe see do some tonight. Maybe I don't know.
Luckily, DC Brow works with their own guys.
I don't know if there's anything happening tonight.
He's going to put taps and refrigeration in to showcase his own work.
We're probably about 40 man-hours plus right now.
The main part of the truck is going to be a refrigeration unit. We're going to be able to fit.
I don't know what I'm doing this tonight, guys. Nope, have no plans. Just killing time. That's all I'm doing right now. I don't actually have no plan tonight. I might do something tonight, but I'm not sure yet. Might just kill time and do who knows what.
French toast, anyone? Buns, coffee, cold brew latte.
Maybe stay out tonight. Maybe have a camera out tonight. See the neighbors. Maybe see what the local. Maybe one of my neighbors will be doing some fireworks tonight. I'm not sure, but I'm gonna maybe watch it. I'll have to see. I'm not sure what I'm doing tonight. That's what I'm guessing is gonna happen. So we'll see about that.
And welcome to a rather wet and ultimately curtailed edition of Archive Thrifting. We'll only be hitting up 2 stores today, both shot on the same day, back to back. Seriously, it seemed like Mother Nature was conspiring against me the day I shot this, and the radio seemed to be in on the joke too. I took a second crack at the opening here, and well, hit 2, Bonnie. Anyway, let's kick things off with our only complete segment today, our annual visit to I-29 Antiques. New items daily. A rather dubious claim. Anyway, there are a few new friends on the trailer this year. It almost looks like the alien is having his way with the big eagle there. And seriously, be careful with that gun, fella. Otherwise, in its own way, I feel like I've kind of stumbled onto a metaphorical cross-section of America these days. We've had 2 storms since midnight, the most recent being about an hour before I got here. And yeah, it wreaked a little havoc. The birdies seem to be cool with it, though. And like clockwork, just after I stepped inside, it fired up again up there. And nothing too severe at the moment, at least.
Yeah, maybe later tonight. Who knows? Well, let's see. Let me see if there's anything happening this week. 'Cause I don't think there's anything happening today.
KISD was just trolling us at this point. Anyway, I guess little toy space guns are effective at decapitating bears. Good to know. Anyway, got our first Elvis sighting of the day, and according to the box, it's an authentic portrait. So in other words, Elvis was actually even more albino than Johnny Winter, and didn't have ears, apparently. I need to make my redneck ransom someday so I can justify buying crap like this. Otherwise, imaginary chicken treats anyone? 2 for a penny. And Archive Land's perpetual Halloween continues. This time with some relatively fresh beer by our standards. Otherwise, we've had Sir Albert in a can. Now it's Sir Walter Raleigh in a can. Unfortunately, yes, he suffocated. These were almost tempting, but I don't know what I'd do with them. Otherwise, I found a lampshade made from the remains of Edith Prickly. Beneath that, oh great. We've taken to stealing graveyard stuff to sell at the antique mall. But hey, they're dead. Who cares? Anyway, at first,
What
I
TVA?
another CB radio, but nope, it's a Bearcat 4 police scanner. But I don't think the cops use this frequency range anymore. Now that, my friends, is proper Halloween decor. Having said that, why does the witch figure make me want to fire off some scatological jokes? Oh, lovely. We've got the Christmas decorations for 2 years from now out already. Because, Christmas starts earlier every year. Otherwise, hey, Al Jolson's skull. That ought to be worth a few bucks. Otherwise, hey, a little something for the Nightmare Before Christmas crowd. Well, there's the Faces last album. And this is one of those oh-so 60s and 70s novelty album covers. In this case, the eyes and mouth...
WLKM.
But, yeah, this face, like so many, has seen better days. I swear this album follows me around. Well, here's a bit of Sioux Falls lore. An empty 8mm film can and reel from Harold's Photo, which still exists and is well past its prime. I have been there once since I've lived here, and that was enough for me. The owner just about chased me out. I guess he thought I was going to rob him or something. I really don't know what I did wrong. I'm going to start a Quarter Flash tribute band called Everflash someday. A real souvenir coloring book from the 1939 World's Fair. Where they unveiled the TV as we now know it. Alas, it was colored in and no TV stuff to be found in there. And they wanted $40. You'll see it in a future thrifting video, but not too long ago, I found a whole massive stash of mini vacuum tubes at another store. They'd have gone perfectly in here. Not that I have anywhere to keep any of that stuff. Well, I mentioned Johnny Winter earlier. Among the 8 tracks is my favorite Johnny Winter album, The Progressive Blues Experiment. And don't let that name fool you. It's just an early
So that sucks.
album.
No fireworks in my area.
That's right, except for the fact that this was a bit trashed and is one of those really hard to open cartridges. Otherwise, there were some decent enough tapes, but just nothing that I'm after. Now, beneath that, we've got a nice little stash of VHS tapes, and this looked interesting. Bridget Haas must be
Bingo!
killed. You guessed it, it's foreign, and of course the critics went nuts for it. A little farther back, I found truly one for the bad public domain artwork file. And it's the same artwork on the back, I guess just in case you missed it the first time. Now, farther back is a Johnny Carson DVD set, which seems to only have 2 episodes on it. And actually, this looks more like a reissue of those best of VHS tapes from the 90s. In the back of the building, we've got the same old stash of hideously overpriced blank tapes from years past, and mostly the same recorded VHS tapes. But among them, Assassination, starring Charles Bronson. And yes, we're looking at some prime Golden Globus cheese here.
Okay.
Now,
The fireworks were on the island, which is getting pretty far from here.
picking up the Charlton Heston celebrity shoot, which I didn't get because false advertising. I can guarantee you Charlton didn't shoot any celebs here. But nonetheless, I will...
So yeah, I don't know yet.
Just to prove my point. Some more Charles Bronson goodness back there. Death Wish 4, by which point this series had gotten ultra cheesy. And alas, like the other Bronson tape, this was a much later LP mode reissue. And yes, my phone spazzed out on me right at that moment. Anyway, just another 18 inches to the right or so, some more 8 tracks, and a rather dubious looking Kiss album. Yeah, I think that's a truck stop special. And speaking of truck stop specials, I found 16 songs from American Graffiti. I've discussed these Eagle tapes before. They are the actual hits, but they're bootlegs and they sound awful. I admittedly do have a couple of them. Otherwise, I think I filled my Elvis bingo card for this episode. Found me some mid-fi gear, certainly. A Technics SL-D30 direct drive turntable. $24 as is, which of course translates to it don't work. If this were a higher end one, yes, and it would be worth repairing, but yeah, not in that condition. Otherwise, a rather quirky Emerson dual cassette deck, 1 standard style deck, and 1 car radio style deck. Ugh, that thing is so 80s it hurts. Otherwise, you guessed it, there are 8 tracks. No, the candy machine is not for sale. And yes, I could go for a York peppermint patty right now, but these ain't it. At the very least, I'd appreciate a peppermint patty that was made sometime in my lifetime. These don't exactly look recent. You know what? I'm done with micro broadcasting. All I really need is a Radio Shack amplifier and a wireless mic, also from Radio Shack, naturally. I can stand on a street corner with a car battery hooked up to all this stuff and spew my usual nonsense that way. Who's Who in South Dakota? Well, I can safely say this book is total garbage. And how, you might ask? Well, I'm not in there. If that's not an oversight, I don't know what is. Dang, the rainwater's not for sale. Seriously, this was a bit alarming. The roof was leaking right near the place's electrical panel. At the very least, you might want to consider temporarily taking out the power strips and such.
Vegetables, well, everything you need for your lawn and garden.
into your little paradise.
Gourmet chefs prefer gas. Judging by the looks of him, I guess of the nitrous variety. And the modest haul from this store consists of 2 VHS tapes, Charlton Heston's Celebrity Shoot, and, oh yeah, it has Lyle Waggoner and Louise Mandrell. That makes it totally worth 99 cents. Anyway, I also grabbed How to Hunt Wild Turkey, which was rather deceptive. I watched it. The advice was to just go to the nearest liquor store and buy a bottle.
When the sawdust settles and the engine finally roars, the thing you care about most is a job well done. But when you get your tools from Harbor Freight, something about the job feels a little different.